been a heck of a week. And I know that you've been around politics a long time. I can think of Paul Martin's resignation being a big thing, Belinda Stronach crossing the floor, Chuck Cadman saving the Liberal government when the Conservatives, NDP, and Bloc united to try and to topple it. None of that seems to compare to this. This is really big and coming at a time when we can ill afford to look weak on the world stage. What's your take on this?
It's hallucinogenic. It's a chaotic, costly clown show that Canadians are paying for. It would be entertaining and hilarious if it weren't so damaging to the daily lives of our people at a time when housing costs have doubled, food bank dependence has doubled, the national debt has, doubled, gun crime has doubled, our border is broken, our immigration and inflation is out of control. What do we have in Ottawa? A government that is spiraling out of control. And it couldn't happen at a worse time as President Trump is coming into office. This is a man who can spot weakness 100 miles away. Look, he made his billions in the real estate market, the most fierce and competitive real estate market in the world. He knows weakness and he knows how to seize upon it. And what is coming out of Ottawa screams of weakness after 9 years of this NDP Liberal government.
Well, he appears to be picking at the wound. He's definitely noticing what's going on. We've seen him make social media posts about Chrystia Freeland leaving. He called her toxic, but I mean, normally an American president or president-elect isn't really noticing the comings and goings of Canadian federal cabinet ministers, but he talked about that, and he keeps talking about making Canada the 51st state. I may think he's joking, but he keeps making that suggestion, and to me, it points to him pointing to the weakness of the Trudeau government and trying to take advantage of it.
You're exactly right, and that's why we need a strong, smart prime minister who has the brains and backbone to first and foremost say to President Trump, Canada will never be the 51st state. We will be an independent, proud, sovereign country, as we always have been. We are blessed to live next door to the greatest military and economic superpower the world has ever seen, which President Trump will soon again lead. The president has raised some reasonable concerns about the broken Liberal border and our military. And I would respond by saying we do need to reinforce our border with drones, helicopters, boots on the ground, and other high-performing technology to keep drugs and guns from crossing, to stop human trafficking, and we will. We will rebuild our military, and our soldiers will once again have a warrior culture, not a woke culture. It will keep our continent safe. On this trade surplus that the president is concerned about, our trade surplus with America is entirely due to the fact that we are selling our oil and gas to the Americans at a massive price discount.
It's about
allowing
20%.
allowing them to then get all the value added jobs for their engineers, pipe fitters, welders, business people. It is practically a donation by Canada to the United States, not because we're nice, but because stupid, woke politicians, gatekeeping bureaucrats, and fanatical activists have blocked us from building the refineries, pipelines, and LNG plants that would allow us to do it ourselves. So I will repeal the anti-energy laws, axe the carbon tax, quickly green light those pipelines, LNG plants, and refineries here in Canada to bring that production back to our country. President Trump has always put America first. Well, I will always put Canada first. The good news is our two countries' interests and values overlap, so we can both win. And so my message to President Trump is, let's work together between Canadians and Americans to make Canada and America richer, stronger, and safer as two different and independent countries that are allies and friends.